On September 19, 2025, tensions over the Baltic Sea escalated as NATO forces scrambled German Eurofighter Typhoons to intercept a Russian IL-20M military aircraft approaching NATO airspace. The incident, confirmed by NATO and the German delegation, marks yet another episode in a continuing pattern of aerial encounters in Northern Europe, where Russian reconnaissance operations frequently test the readiness of alliance forces. The Russian aircraft, operating without a filed flight plan or active transponder, was visually identified by the Eurofighters and escorted away from NATO airspace before the German jets returned to base. While the incident was resolved without escalation, it underscores the persistent friction between NATO and Russia and highlights the ongoing strategic interplay between intelligence collection and air defense capabilities in a highly sensitive region. The German Eurofighters involved in the interception are part of NATO's Quick Reaction Alert (QRA) forces, designed to respond rapidly to potential threats to alliance airspace. Launched from the Lage Air Base, the Typhoons demonstrated NATO's capacity for fast, coordinated response to unexpected airspace incursions. The aircraft are equipped with state-of-the-art radar, electronic warfare suites, and networked communications, enabling pilots to rapidly identify, track, and intercept any unidentified aircraft. In contrast, the Russian IL-20M represents a legacy platform designed for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance (ISR) missions, with a primary focus on signals intelligence (SIGINT). Derived from the IL-18 airliner, the IL-20M first entered service in the late 1960s and has undergone numerous upgrades to extend its operational lifespan. Despite its age and slower performance compared to modern fighters, it remains a valuable asset for Moscow due to its large suite of sensors capable of monitoring electronic emissions from adversaries, making it a persistent presence near NATO borders. The strategic significance of this interception lies in the interplay between Russia's intelligence-gathering objectives and NATO's air defense preparedness. Russian reconnaissance flights, such as those conducted by the IL-20M, serve dual purposes, collecting technical data on NATO radar and communications systems, and signaling Moscow's willingness to probe alliance defenses. By operating without transponder signals, the aircraft effectively forces NATO forces to detect, identify, and intercept it visually, testing both response protocols and situational awareness. For NATO, such missions reaffirm the necessity of maintaining constant alert levels, particularly along the eastern flank where the alliance faces the most immediate pressure from Russian military activity. The recent Baltic Sea interception therefore reflects a broader pattern of geopolitical signaling, where each flight, each scramble, and each identification contributes to an ongoing psychological and tactical game between two military powers. The encounter also highlights the stark contrast between the technological philosophies underpinning Russian and NATO aircraft. The Eurofighter Typhoon represents decades of European collaboration and continuous modernization, designed as a high-speed, multi-role combat aircraft capable of performing interception, air superiority, and ground attack missions. It integrates seamlessly into NATO's integrated air and missile defense network, providing both situational awareness and operational flexibility. By contrast, the IL-20M embodies Soviet-era design priorities, emphasizing endurance, reliability, and sensor payload over speed or maneuverability. While it is slower and less agile than modern fighter jets, its capacity to gather a wide range of electronic intelligence makes it strategically valuable for Russia. The juxtaposition of these two aircraft in the same airspace encapsulates the broader dynamics of NATO-Russia interactions, modern networked combat platforms countering legacy reconnaissance assets that continue to play a significant role in Moscow's intelligence strategy. Historically, the IL-20M has maintained a visible presence in contested regions such as the Baltic and Black Seas, often flying near NATO or Allied airspace without broadcasting identification signals. These operations are not new, but their frequency and proximity to sensitive areas continue to provoke responses from alliance air forces. Each interception is meticulously planned and executed to minimize risk while ensuring that NATO airspace sovereignty is upheld. German Eurofighters, in particular, have been repeatedly tasked with these high-stakes operations, demonstrating not only technical capability but also the importance of operational readiness and coordination within the alliance. The precision and efficiency of these intercepts are critical in avoiding miscalculations that could escalate into broader conflicts, given the dense military activity in Northern Europe. From a strategic perspective, these encounters underscore the fragile equilibrium that characterizes NATO-Russia relations in the Baltic region. Each Russian flight near NATO borders sends a dual message: first, a display of Moscow's intelligence-gathering capability, and second, a subtle test of the alliance's air defense posture. For NATO, rapid and effective intercepts reinforce deterrence, ensuring that any incursion is promptly identified and managed. While tactical in nature, these events carry broader implications for alliance cohesion, operational doctrine, and regional stability. The delicate balance between vigilance and restraint is constantly tested, as both sides seek to assert strategic interests without triggering direct confrontation. The political dimension of these reconnaissance missions should not be overlooked. Beyond intelligence collection, flights such as the IL-20M's approach near NATO airspace are deliberate demonstrations of Russia's ability and willingness to operate in proximity to alliance territories. By remaining near borders without signaling identification, Moscow effectively communicates a posture of assertiveness, aimed at both external observers and internal audiences. The resulting NATO response, rapid scramble, visual identification, and escort, serves as a countermessage, signaling that the alliance is fully capable of enforcing its airspace sovereignty. These interactions, repeated over time, form a complex choreography of military signaling, deterrence, and mutual observation, shaping perceptions and calculations on both sides. Technologically, the comparison between the Eurofighter and the IL-20M reveals significant evolution in military aviation over the past half-century. While the IL-20M relies on legacy systems and enduring airframes, the Eurofighter benefits from continuous upgrades, network-enabled combat systems, and integration into a broader alliance-wide defense infrastructure. This disparity highlights the challenges faced by legacy aircraft in the modern operational environment: slower speeds, reduced maneuverability, and dependence on older electronic suites. Yet, the continued deployment of platforms like the IL-20M reflects the enduring value of specialized intelligence capabilities, particularly when the objective is sustained surveillance rather than direct combat. The ongoing interactions between these two types of aircraft illustrate how legacy and modern systems coexist in a complex strategic environment. The latest Baltic Sea episode further demonstrates the operational importance of NATO's QRA forces. Rapid reaction intercepts not only enforce airspace sovereignty but also provide critical training opportunities, enhancing pilot readiness and tactical proficiency. German Eurofighters, supported by NATO command and control networks, exemplify the alliance's capacity to integrate intelligence, detection, and operational response into a seamless air defense process. Each interception strengthens operational doctrine, reinforcing standard procedures for visual identification, escort, and disengagement, all while minimizing the risk of miscalculation. In this sense, even routine encounters carry long-term implications for the readiness and cohesion of alliance air defense forces. In conclusion, the September 19 interception over the Baltic Sea reflects both tactical precision and broader strategic messaging. German Eurofighters successfully executed a rapid response to a Russian IL-20M approaching NATO airspace, demonstrating the alliance's capacity to enforce its airspace and maintain operational readiness. Simultaneously, the IL-20M exemplified Moscow's continued reliance on aerial reconnaissance to assert presence, collect intelligence, and project geopolitical influence. These encounters, while resolved without incident, serve as critical reminders of the fragile balance between NATO and Russia in Northern Europe. They highlight the ongoing relevance of legacy surveillance platforms, the technological sophistication of modern European fighters, and the persistent need for vigilance, coordination, and deterrence along NATO's eastern frontier. Each interception carries weight not only for immediate tactical outcomes but also for the strategic calculus shaping regional security in an era of heightened geopolitical tension.